Ciao dear hearts, I'm Kat. If you're new to our channel, my name is Caterina and I want to welcome you to the studio. And I want to thank you for your thumbs up, your likes, all your shares, your comments. We so appreciate it. Thank you so much for that, and I love hearing from you. And what I'd like you to do today in the comment section is let me know what kind of videos you want to see next year in 2020, and that would be awesome. I have some really fantastic news for you today too. I am teaching one class a year. I taught one in 2019 in Fort Collins, Colorado, and in 2020 I'm going to be in San Diego at Way Art Yonder, and it's a fabulous venue. It's just wonderful, lots of room, lots of space to work in, and I'm very excited about it. So in the comment section there's a link so that you can go there. It's already filling up because I only do one class a year, and it's going to be on my French paper series, so it's going to be way fun. So, and then today we're going to do a cat chat, and it's on artistic envy. Well, it's the holidays, and so I am a little bit behind, so I thought I would work on my journal pages while I talk to you about artistic envy. And so I'm going to get busy doing that. And so artistic envy is something that affects every artist. I know some people use envy interchangeably with jealousy, and I never use that word jealousy for this kind of feeling. To me, artistic envy is something that we all suffer from, and it's about coveting what someone else has. To me, jealousy is about the fear of loss. Envy is one of the 7 deadly sins, and it's actually a disease that will rob you of your creativity. And worse than that, it can just take your life away. Let me tell you first about my work. My work is about relationships. It's about a relationship with myself. It can be about a relationship with nature. It can be about relationship with others. I always focus on that because my belief is that we exist in relationship to each other and to others. You know, none of us are here by ourselves. And without other people, we would simply cease to exist. So, it's natural to notice that there are differences between us. That's just absolutely natural. But we have a choice. We can always choose to appreciate our differences or to covet those differences. You know, as artists, it's our job to compare. We're constantly comparing and we're constantly judging. We have to choose about our colors, we have to choose line, composition, subject matter, and we're constantly comparing those things. It's just natural and inevitable. I think comparison is totally inherent in the job of an artist, and I think that's partly why artistic envy is such a big issue for our job. You know, we have to make these choices because if we're indecisive, then we'd never get any work done, right? So I think it's absolutely natural to feel a sense of envy about another person's talent, their ability, their success, their recognition, their prosperity. What isn't natural is when it becomes this crippling disease and it just destroys creativity. You know, they say comparisons are odious, and that's a really good saying because it's absolutely true. It's terrible to compare one to the other. You know, if you don't do something about artistic envy, it will definitely destroy your creativity. It can grow into cynicism and anger and hostility and create a whole host of other problems. So let me tell you a story. I know I've told you this before. I've told you about something similar to this in another cat chat that I did. My grandmother used to always take me to art classes, and she sent me to this art class, and I had been in there probably 3 weeks, and I was feeling really comfortable and confident about my abilities. And probably 3 weeks into the class, a new kid came in. And so here I'm feeling pretty smug about how good I am. And, you know, I'm one of the top students in class. And this boy comes in, brand new, sits down and starts drawing. And oh my gosh, I was absolutely crushed with envy. He was so good. And he, you know, shaded magically and created the sense of perspective that was just amazing. And I was so upset. And so I went out to the car, and my grandmother could see how upset I was. And she asked me, you know, what was going on. So I told her the whole story. And instead of going, oh, there, baby, you're right, you know, she said, little girl, you need to get over it, because there will always be artists who are more skilled or less skilled than you are. And the longer you sit in your little mud puddle and stew about it, the worse it's going to be for you, not him, you. Then later, when I had calmed down a little bit, because I was upset, really upset, she asked me a really important question, and it's something that I want you to ask yourself. What do you want? What do you want? She said, what do you want? And I thought about it, and I said, I want to be a really good artist. And my grandmother said, well, you can't get there in your frustration and your envy. Being a really good artist is going to take work. And so quit your complaining and get busy and start working. And I'll never forget this. The next thing she said to me was, she told me that envy was lazy thinking. Well, I chewed on that for a really long time. One of the things that it taught me was that when I'm envious of someone else's work or the way they did something or whatever, there's something about it that I absolutely love. Just love it. And so I went back and thought about that kid's work. And what I realized was I loved the unique perspective that he had. And that taught me to change up my perspective, to literally change it and figuratively to change it in my work and in my thoughts and in my beliefs. So asking what you like or you love about it, the work, or whatever it is, what is it that you really like or love about it? That changes it completely from the envious negativity to admiration and appreciation. So when you're feeling that sense of envy, ask yourself, why do I feel this way? What do I want? What do I want? What do I wish I could do, create, make, allow into my artistic life? And then get out of your little mud puddle and go do it, okay? Go do it. Learn to draw, learn to paint, sculpt, whatever. Just take time each day to develop your own style. Be consistent in your creation. You know, the consistency of creation is what allows your own personal style to develop. And taking action, it moves you from that sense of self-absorption, which really is what envy is all about, and into focused direction, and that changes everything. So when you take action, you actually move from that negative energy of envy to inspiration. And isn't that what we all want? To be inspired? Okay, there are two kinds of envy. There's conscious envy and there's unconscious envy. So we've been talking about the conscious envy. That's when you know you're sitting in your little mud puddle and you feel really bad. Okay, but there's unconscious envy too. And that's really important to be aware of, because that's going to bite you too. Let me give you an example. If you're on social media and you're scrolling down and then you see this artist's post and the work is just fabulous and they're getting all kinds of comments and compliments, and you have like, you quickly scroll past it, okay? You have maybe minor irritation. That is envy. That's unconscious envy. So that's something that you have to release too. Both of those are going to rob your creative nature. They just will, especially the unconscious one, because you just won't know it, you know, that you're really doing it. You won't pay attention. In fact, you might do it so often that you don't even know you're doing it, which is not good. So pay attention to how you feel in relation to another's success or work, okay? You can make conscious choice to change how you feel. You absolutely can. So go back and make a comment. You can just put a little heart on it. You don't have to get all flowery. And eventually you'll start feeling a more genuine sense of appreciation. Because remember, popping back into appreciation is what's going to make it just really great. It's going to bring about inspiration. Okay, in closing, coveting another's talent or work just keeps you from developing your own absolute unique style. You know, you have choice to appreciate or to covet. Think of it that way. You are at choice all the time to appreciate or covet. So ask yourself what you want. What do you want? And then take action on that and do it. You know, they always say the only competition you have is with yourself in art, and that's absolutely true, because everyone does things differently, and there is a purpose and a reason for your art to be out there. It's going to be completely different than what you're coveting. So one other thing I wanted to tell you is that, you know, I use envy to motivate me. So when I see someone do something fabulous, I think, oh, wow, that's so awesome. I come into the studio and I start working, and then inspiration hits me and I come up with something that I really, really like. The other thing is recognize what you're good at. You know what? I'm never going to be a cartoonist. I'm never going to be a graphic artist. Those things just aren't going to happen, but I can really appreciate those things. I can appreciate them, and I can tell people what a great job they've done and leave a great comment on social media. Which brings me to the last thing is, if you want comments on social media, leave comments, because you have to give what you want. And then one of the things I love to do is I love to cheer and appreciate other artists. And your appreciation is going to attract appreciation to you. You know, so think of it this way. If you appreciate success, then it's going to be attracted to you, because that's how it works. And you know what? There's enough success to go around for everybody. Well, gentle viewers, we are at ciao for now. I hope you enjoyed this cat chat. I enjoyed chatting it up with you. And, you know, we're at the holiday season. I want to wish you the most glorious, most beautiful season ever. And I send you love, and I will see you in 2020.